Hi everybody, I'm Hub Arkush for ChicagoFootball.com along with our senior Bears beat reporter Kevin Fishbain, and it's time to get ready for that last preseason game. It doesn't matter in terms of the Browns and the Bears. A lot of the important players won't be playing, but for guys who are playing, it's roster bubble time, and we're going to talk about the guys most on the bubble who have the best chance to make the team and make an impact if they play well in Cleveland. And let's start at defensive end, Kevin, where David Bass is in a fight for his professional life.
Yeah, at this point last year, David Bass was in Oakland. He had a great preseason. The Raiders waived him, the Bears picked him up, and he showed some flashes when he played last season. But so far in training camp, the preseason, Trevor Scott has passed him, and most recently it seems Austin Lane is also ahead of him, the veteran who used to play in Jacksonville. So David Bass, along with Cornelius Washington, fighting and hoping the Bears maybe keep 6 defensive ends. Now they're only going to be keeping 4 defensive tackles.
I'm not sure if there's a player on the roster who's been talked about as much or counted on or hoped for as much as undrafted rookie free agent Christian Jones, and yet even in practice in Bourbonnais, back at Hallis Hall, in the preseason game so far, I'm not sure he's made the plays to justify it.
No, he hasn't. He certainly looks the part. He looked great in the rookie minicamp when he was playing against, pretty much man against boys in that situation. And this is one of those situations where the Bears have to be very careful. If this is someone they want at the practice squad, and he plays great against Cleveland, it's pretty ambitious to think he's going to clear waivers. So, Christian Jones, if he plays very well in special teams, maybe he forces them to find an extra linebacker spot, especially Jordan Sengun.
And exacerbating the problem here, he was outstanding at Florida State. Regardless of what happens against Cleveland, if you expose him to waivers, I'm not sure that you get him to your practice squad. Now at safety, M.D. Jennings doesn't have that comfort level. He got 15 starts in Green Bay last year. They let him go. The Bears brought him in hoping to find something. I'm not sure the spark has been there. He is very much on the bubble.
Yeah, M.D. Jennings needs to prove he's going to be a great special teams player, because that's an area the Bears certainly need help at. Right now you assume the Bears are keeping Ryan Mundy, Danny McCray, Brock Breen, Chris Conte. Do they keep a fifth safety? Craig Stelz is gone. There's an opening there. Mundy's not going to play. Conte's not going to play. Jennings got plenty of opportunities to prove he deserves a spot.
And we'll get back to that secondary issue in a minute. First, we go over to the offensive side of the ball. The one big bubble position here, wide receiver. We think they have a third, maybe a fourth, but there's still some guys on the bubble.
Yeah, it certainly looks like Josh Morgan and Santonio Holmes have put themselves in position to make this team. So then you're trying to figure out who's that last wide receiver, and it's probably going to be someone who can return kicks, like Chris Williams. We have yet to see him return a kick in a preseason game. They wanted to work with Chris Williams. Can he do it against an NFL team in the preseason game? Big opportunity for him.
And Kevin, if you think about it, there's one position on the Bears roster that's actually deep in NFL talent. It's cornerback, and they've got a couple players there that they might like to keep, and that's what puts M.D. Jennings at risk at safety. Maybe they carry an extra corner.
Yeah, that's a situation where you got players like DeMontre Hurst and C.J. Wilson. Both of whom have made some nice plays. C.J. Wilson has 2 picks this preseason, and if one of those players stands out in special teams, Isaiah Fry is gone, maybe an extra cornerback spot opens up for one of those 2 young players.
And we're assuming your guy, Sherrick McManus, he's not on the bubble, he's on the ball club,
He's
right?
had one of the best preseasons, and he played very well in special teams this year.
You Northwestern alums. That'll do it for this version of Roster Bubble Countdown for Chicago Bears, for ChicagoFootball.com, and the best in NFL, high school, and college football coverage. Stay right where you are, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.